What is going on, Torta Squad? This is your boy DrTorta again, and I'm back with a brand new video. Today I just wanted to make a video of, I'm pretty sure as you read as the title, is plans for 2026. I know New Year's ended up passing by a couple of days ago, but I just wanted to give you guys a little overview of what I'm planning to do, throughout the year. But first I wanted to just let you guys know that I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and New Year's. Go ahead and join me on this journey on becoming a content creator, Torta Squad. A couple of things that I wanted to get out the way is, as a year is starting by, Torta Squad, we are at 193 subscribers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 193 subscribers. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, you know what, that's a little bit, that's nothing. But you know what, you guys, I don't care what other people think. To me, that means the world to me. That means that the hard work's paying off, even though, it's still not at the goal that I want to reach, but it's getting there, Torta Squad. So, for a lot of you might not know, in order to get, YouTube to start paying you, you have to be at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you guys. Yes, that's correct, 4,000 watch hours. And even though after you get monetized, with the affiliate program, I believe it's called, it's not going to be one of those things where, you start getting paid all this money, you start getting paid 20, 30, 50, 100 grand. No, it's not like that at all. Yeah, Torta Squad, they pay you by CPM, which is, how much traffic comes to your channel, and then how much, the viewers end up viewing your video. In order to get monetized, you have to be, like I said, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Right now, as the year is starting, I'm at 193 subscribers. I believe I'm at 293, 298 watch hours. So, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much.
Hello? I love you.
It seems like a forever milestone, but you know what, I am gonna reach for you, and I appreciate everybody who's joining me on this journey. But yeah, so I wanted to give you guys a little backstory about why I wanted to become a content creator. And let's go back all the way to, I believe it was 2000. First of all, I want to say is, even before I got the idea of becoming a YouTube creator, throughout the whole, high school, college, we would always watch YouTube videos. It wasn't a thing on becoming a YouTube creator, and I just never paid no mind. Yeah, we always think oh, that would be cool, to do this or that, whether it's music videos, acting, skits, whatever the case might be. And I was just one of those people where I didn't pay no mind to it. I thought that, in order to be a productive member of society, you would have to do the original route, which is get a good job, go to college, get a good job, and X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? But as the years progress and technology is becoming more advanced, and it's, I'd admit that, social media is becoming a place where you can actually get paid, which I don't think it was like that before. The only way you'll get paid if you're on camera is if you're acting at a big Hollywood studio, you know what I mean? Or, in a fashion magazine or whatever the case might be. But as I wanted to bring you back all the way to 2018, 19, I believe it was 2017, 18, 19, give or take, around those years. So almost a decade, Torta Squad. And I did have another 9 to 5 at the time, and as I wasn't going anywhere, I was just thinking about life, and I was thinking about and progressing, as a man in society. I was just thinking it's this is not for me. And it's not that I thought I didn't think anything lower. I didn't think anybody was lower than me or anything like that. So please do not take it like that, but it was not meant for me. You know what I mean? Even though I did have a college degree, and yeah, Torta Squad, I was just thinking, and I was watching this YouTuber named Jugger McNuggets. Well, I'll put it up right here, or I'll put up a clip. He's famous for those Psycho Dad series, and again, I don't know if I'll put it up or not, but he's he was a young kid, and he would play video games, and they'll call him Angry Dad, and he'll wouldn't like his son playing video games. So what he'll do is he'll destroy him, and there was various methods on how he would destroy him. Like, for example, if he was playing his Xbox, and he was hiding, and or he had his room locked, the dad will go get like a chainsaw and cut the door with the chainsaw if he didn't want to open, or something drastic, you know what I mean? No, he will not hurt his own kid, but I'm saying is like, he'll destroy the console or destroy the video games themselves. They barely started doing digital form, you know what I mean? So yeah, like for another example, like he'll grab the Xbox or PlayStation and he'll put it in the pool, he'll throw it in the pool, or he'll grab a bunch of video discs, he'll take out all the CDs and the boxes and stuff like that, put them on the yard, and he'll run them over with the with the sit down lawnmower, and like just various things like that, or I remember this one time I ended up seeing this video with his brother, that his brother got pissed off. I believe the YouTuber ended up tying the PlayStation 4 to the back of his truck, the back of his SUV, and he started going toward the squad, and I'm pretty sure you can imagine what happened. The PlayStation 4 with the gravel, or I think it was vice versa, but either way, like things like that. So that's what he's famous for. Now, where am I getting at? Now, I was watching him. So he had that series, and then they'll play the role. Little did I know is that they'll play the role, which I didn't know that it was enough form of acting, until like later on. But he'll like get kicked out, so he'll be living in like an RV and stuff like that, right outside like the uncle's house, in the driveway, and or on the side where the grass is at, or whatever the case might be, But I was watching those videos, and I'm like, that's where I kind of got the spark of idea. Like, what, like, this is not. By no means am I saying that that's, bad or anything like that. I was actually, I was watching him, and that's when I got the spark of the idea of, what, like, this guy's getting paid. That's where the spark of me wanting to become a content creator ended up happening. I was watching those videos, and I'm like, what, maybe this is something I can do, but what would I have to revolve my videos around? So that's when I started thinking, brainstorming, and I didn't really, know, or, I really didn't think about it. So I just put like a pause on it, and, fast forward, I got my current 9 to 5. Fast forward a couple of years later, Torta Squad, like in 2020, I believe, that's when I started, kind of thinking about it more, and I kind of wanted to revolve I wanted to, concentrate around kind of like a car / like, but then I was like, what, like, I don't know, I ended up, just not doing it at the end. But I had someone install some LED lights in and around my car through the squad, so I ended up deciding to record that, and I was gonna upload it. And I don't know what, I think I ended up getting sick from the COVID, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to mess up the algorithm. When I ended up recording the video Torta Squad, that's when I was gonna upload, and then I ended up getting sick for some reason. Like, I just didn't upload it, and I kind of am thankful that I didn't upload that kind of video. Not that, don't get me wrong, Torta Squad, like, I wish I would have uploaded the video, that would have got me at least started. But again, like, I was talking about it, I was talking to my parents about it, and they kind of, they were up to the idea. I was telling them about X, Y, and Z, and this is how this works, and whatever the case might be. And for a lot of you, Torta Squad, like, for the ones that are watching, no matter if you're older or on the younger side, like, a lot of times our parents or our loved ones won't see eye to eye on what we want to do in life. And and I wanted their support, to be frank with you guys. And luckily that it looks like they were on board. They're from that older generation where like, you work in order to put food on the table. All this social media stuff is quote unquote like for fun, or and not to make a career out of it. But anyways, so yeah, so the thing is that I talked to them, and I looks like I was able to convince them and be like, what, like, let's, let me do it, and, that wasn't going to take away from me, not doing my responsibilities as a man. I got bills, I got things to pay and so forth. So, obviously I'm still going to keep my 9 to 5, but I'm talking about just making up and going deep in on becoming a social media content creator, but sadly, Torta Squad, like, I never uploaded the video. I was able to do like, what do they call it? The headline, that goes on top of the, YouTube. And whenever they, somebody clicks on your page, but, I just never uploaded it. you know, and I did get a little bit of subscribers, telling my friends and family to, you know, subscribe. And at that channel did have, you know, 5 subscribers. Now I know a lot of you guys might not think that that's a lot, but you know, hey, somebody that's starting out means the world to them, you know. So yeah, like I never did anything with that channel, you know, I just left it alone, never uploaded, whatever, you know. And I apologize for the ones that, you know, believe in me and, you know, subscribe to that channel. I apologize. And you know, hopefully if you guys are the ones that are seeing this, hey, and hopefully you guys are following me on my new channel. But yeah, shout out to you guys. So, you know, bunch of years passed by, you know, fast forward to, I want to say like last year, 2025 is, you know, that's when I started thinking about doing it again, taking it more serious. And, you know, I kind of wanted to see what I wanted to concentrate my channel on. What I finally decided to do is to concentrate my channel, kind of make it like, you know, FaZe Rug / like Berwadis, which for the ones that don't know, either or, you know, FaZe Rug or Berwadis, you know, they are 2 brothers that are in the YouTube game, and they've been in the YouTube game for like a while now, so shout out to them. But I wanted to concentrate my channel more on like that. I don't want to be a car channel no more like I had it, like I had the idea like a couple years ago, you know. I wanted to concentrate and mix it up a little bit. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you know, maybe do a couple of like car things here and there, or maybe make a separate channel once I have my core audience, and you know, just go from there. But yeah, DrTorta Squad. So you know, that's where I wanted to just concentrate my videos around, kind of make it like a FaZe Rug / like Berwadis. Now I know a lot of you guys might be in the comment section saying, oh well, you never be like them. I'm not trying to be like them, you know. All I'm stating is I kind of wanted to form my YouTube channel kind of similar to what they're doing, you know, mix it up a little bit. I wanted to do, you know, what they're doing now is like food vlogs, you know, recording them going on like trips, like ghost hunting videos, what else, challenges as well, and you know, you win a prize after. Like I wanted to mix it up, you know, and that's what I'm planning to do, DrTorta Squad. So, you know, that's a little backstory, you know, and that's where, you know, I ended up uploading my first video, I believe. Like I ended up I apologize, let me go backwards a little bit and let you guys know that back in like 2022, that's when I started uploading, you know, and that's when I was like, you know, getting a little bit of, you know, I had that hunger, you know, just uploading and so forth. It was a couple of videos, it wasn't that much, but hey, you know, it was something. And then, you know, I just ended up stopping for like 2 years, DrTorta Squad. And then that's when I decided to take it serious again, you know, 2025, you know. And technically, like the first video, not on the channel, but the first video of me wanting to take it serious, I believe I uploaded it back in like, you know, April 2025. So I'll put it right here, which was that cookie video. And you know, I appreciate everybody that ended up seeing that one. And yeah, DrTorta Squad, that was the reason why I wanted to become a content creator, is because I started seeing, you know, other people do it. And you know, obviously you get paid off of this, you know, you could get paid good money for it. And you know, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is do a better life for us and, you know, for our loved ones, friends, family, whoever. Take care of myself and be, you know, what they call financially free, you know. And a financially free can be different for everybody, DrTorta Squad. You know, I have a number in mind, you know, and you know, I'm planning to stick to it, and I'm not gonna give up until I get that number, you know what I mean? So yeah, like I want to be able to take care of me, myself, my family, you know, my loved ones that support me and, you know, have always been there for me since day one. That's how and why I wanted to become a YouTube creator. But you know, fast forward, you know, to now, I wanted to just let you guys know that what are the plans for 2026. Sorry, DrTorta Squad, the camera ended up getting hot. You know, I am recording with the sun, you know, facing me, so it is hitting the camera. You know, but let me know if, you know, this is like a better angle, a better like lighting. I have the cover, you know, in front of the windshield. So the plans are on why I'm doing it, and what the plans are for 2026 is, at the end of the day, I want to be able to live off of this. You know, I want to become my own boss. You know, I don't want nobody else to tell me, you know, dictate on when I take my vacation days, my you know, if I'm feeling sick, you know what I mean, and just be my own boss, you know. Entrepreneurship, believe it or not, DrTorta Squad, this is, you know, on a sense, having your own company, entrepreneurship, you know, being your own manager. So at the end of the day, that's what I want to be. You know, I don't want to answer to nobody but myself, you know. So I'm gonna go to number 2. Another goal of mine for 2026, DrTorta Squad, is to lose weight. You know, and a lot of you might be thinking, well, how in the hell is Dr. Torta's gonna lose weight on, you know, eating all these food videos and stuff like that? Well, simple enough. Like, instead of eating, you know, whenever the camera's off, you know, fast food and junk and all that stuff, because you know I do have a bad diet. You guys, the ones that know me, know that I have a super bad diet, you know, and you know, just eating all this junk and so forth. So you know, I want to put a stop to it, you know, maybe not completely right now, but you know, which I would like to, but you know, just start off little by little, you know, just eliminate maybe like soda for a little bit, you know, for like a week, and then see how I feel, you know, and just keep going little by little. I don't want to just do it cold turkey, because you're able to quit cold turkey and then you never go back. But you know, I feel like I'm one of those people where I got to do it little by little, Torta Squad. And like junk food, instead of eating it, you know, every other day, you know, or most of the week, you know, eliminate it to like, you know, maybe like 2-3 times a week, you know, instead of, you know, like I said, every other day or every day. You know, and just the little things eliminate, you know, eliminate like sugar, or you know, little by little, you know, instead of eating so and so how many, you know, eat maybe like half of it or 1/4 of it, you know what I mean, like kind of get into that, you know, plan, and you know, stick to it, Torta Squad. So you know, yeah, that's what I'm planning to do in 2026. The goal is for that one probably like, I want to say maybe like 20 pounds, 12 pounds, 20 pounds. Hopefully, you know, don't judge me on it, but you know, that's why I'm letting you guys know that's the plan. That's what I would like to do, you know. And that goes to my third thing, Torta Squad, is to become more positive. Because you know, whenever bad stuff happens or things, you know, doesn't really go my way, you know, don't think that I'm like becoming a brat and be like, no, what, this and that. No, it's just, you know, I do sometimes get down on myself, and you know, how come this is happening, you know, like, you know, I'm a good person, this and that. But you know what I came to realize is that you have to go through the bad things in order to, you know, see the light of it. You know, it's an experience, it's a learning lesson. So that's where I have to just, you know, even in the things that are not going my way, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you know, and not just, you know, look down on myself and be like, you know what, why is this happening? You know, I'm not saying that I'm a brat or anything like that. No, not at all. For the ones that know me, you know, or the ones that don't know me, you know, get to know me, and just, you know, I'm letting you guys know now that, you know, sometimes I do get down on myself and be like, you know, why is this happening? So that's one of the goals for 2026, is to become more positive, you know, and just try to say, you know, and I always try to say is, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I want to believe in that more, Torta Squad. You know what, Torta Squad, and God always has me. You know, I am Catholic, so La Virgencita also has me too. And yeah, like, you know, just got to put it in their hands, you know, whenever something bad happens, and also whenever something good happens too. You know, a lot of us forget that, you know, we just want God to give us things whenever, you know, something bad happens, or fix things whenever something bad happens. But you know what, we also got to be thankful for God for, you know, food in our mouth, clothes on our back, and a roof over our heads, and, you know, our health, you know. So yeah, Torta Squad, that brings me up to my fourth thing, and that is to explore more videos. Like, I don't know if you guys see, but for my videos, like, I've been putting up, you know, like mostly like more food videos and so forth. And now, why is that? No, Torta Squad, but I do not want my channel to become just a food channel, you know, about, oh, who can eat, you know, how many, you know, hamburgers or this and that, or, you know, a whole big bag of Skittles. I don't know. But I don't want my channel to become that, Torta Squad. I don't. I want my channel to become more, like I said earlier, if you guys have stuck with me throughout this whole video, is I kind of wanted to make it more, you know, a little bit of ghost hunting, you know, kind of like the paranormal a little bit. You know, explore, you know, maybe like haunted hotels, abandoned places, you know, and of course, you know, food vlogs. You know, I want to put a little bit of in there, you know, like the current videos I'm doing, you know, but possibly more at a higher production. You know, obviously vlogs of what I'm doing, you know, hey, you guys, I'm going to, you know, Hawaii, you know, I'm going to, you know, that's another thing, is be able to explore more places, Torta Squad. Maybe go to the haunted clown motel over there in Nevada, or, you know, the haunted motel over there down in San Diego, or, you know, go to Vegas and, you know, explore maybe like a museum, or, you know, I don't know, something, you know what I mean? So, or go to LA and go to, you know, haunted places, or whatever the case might be. So I want to do that, food vlogs, you know, doing kind of like challenges and so forth. Maybe put in 1 or 2, kind of like exploring, like, oh, you know what, like the ones I've been doing on my channel, but just had a higher production. And also want to do, you know, kind of like challenges as well, you know, like grab a couple of my family or friends, you know, the ones that are comfortable being in the video, and, you know, hey, like, you know what, we're gonna do a challenge, and the winner gets, you know, a prize. You know what I mean? So whoever wants to be in a video, you know, comment down below. Whoever wants to be a video, if you're a fan of mine or become a fan, or you know, you're a family friend, whoever, comment down below if you guys want to be in a video. You know, and if you guys want to be in a video, go ahead and put your Instagram username, Torta Squad, if you guys want to become part of the video. And also, Torta Squad, I want to be able to like give back to the community too. You know, what do I mean by that is, like, for example, I want to be able to enter a contest with like my fans and be like, hey, you know what, you guys, if you guys, you know, like, share, and subscribe, and have 2 friends follow me or subscribe to me, you know what, you guys win a PS5, or you know what, you guys win $1,000, you know, things like that. You know, tipping the waitress, helping out the homeless, you know. And you know, a lot of you guys might look at it as the wrong way, but you know what, I don't. You know, it's helping out the community and so forth, and I do want to help out. And a lot of you guys might be thinking like, oh, well, why didn't you do that now? Well, Torta Squad, the thing is that I do help out whenever I can, you know, but obviously, you know, I work a 9 to 5, I have bills, so I'm not able to help out as much as I want to, but I do want to do that, Torta Squad. You know, I do want to help out more. So, you know, kind of those kind of videos too, I want to drop. And yeah, Torta Squad, that comes to an end of my plans for 2026. You know, I'm extremely driven. You know, I have passion for this. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, content creating. And yeah, Torta Squad, let's get to it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and if you're new, subscribe. And you know what, Torta Squad, I'm here for till the wheels fall off, Torta Squad. And please join me on this journey on becoming a content creator, Torta Squad. You know, let's get to it, Torta Squad. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. For the ones I've been watching or watching, Torta Squad, go ahead and comment the word future down below. Yes, Torta Squad, comment the word future if you guys ended up making it throughout this whole video, Torta Squad. I appreciate you guys again. I love you guys. And you know what, Torta Squad, until next time, peace.